Eliza is first. My phone turned off. Look at that noob. Never hooked a phone to a computer before, I guess. Tell me if you can hear me. I'm not talking loud enough. I've got my computer too far away. I really don't want to wear a headset, even though I am in fact wearing a headset right now. I really don't want to wear a headset. So if the volume is good, then I'm good. So somebody respond, and whenever the lag catches up, we'll figure that out. And if you can't hear me, if you see me talking and you can't hear me, say, hey, we can't hear you. Oh man, I can't chat in my own chat. What's up with that? Pretty sure I can't use my controller yet. Hey, Major, can you hear me? I'm actually worried that you guys can't hear me because I usually use a headset and I might actually have the microphone for the computer turned entirely off. Oh my god, none of you are responding. Somebody say, yes, Randy, we can hear you. All right, perfect. So, anyway, this request comes from Aviation Arms, and really it's just me wanting to play with justifying it through him. Let me know if you can hear the sound in the game, because that might not be right either. Can't hear shit. Hold on. This is going to cause a problem. That's what I'll do. I'll wear my comfy headphones. So, oh, hey, look at that. That is funny. That's not even supposed to be there. So the game takes forever to turn on. So that's awesome. But for those who haven't seen, watch what's going on. It's super descriptive because if there's one thing Final Fantasy has always done, it's been really upfront about the storyline, and that is a bad joke because nobody ever knows what's going on in these games until pretty much the end. And then I'm going to. You guys don't hear. You don't hear the game playing almost an echo, right? I don't know. Once it gets started, I'm gonna try to switch to my headphones because I want to be able to hear the game, but I don't want it to play over the speakers because that'll cause problems. Man, it says I've got 3 viewers, but I see multiple names. What's going on there? Streamlabs is failing me. Durka. Terrible. Terribly awesome. Alright. Alright, just a sec. Oh, that's not what I want. Alright. That should work here in a moment, but... Alright, can you still hear the sound? Because I'm curious if it just cut the sound out on you. But anyway, so his name right now is Ex-Soldier, but his name is Cloud Strife, and he... Actually, so no joke, I was watching somebody play the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and he destroyed my childhood because he pointed out that Cloud is actually a simp, and specifically in the new one, he really does act pretty simpy. And yeah, I thought it would. Damn it. All right. We're going to have to not do it that way. Hold on. Just a sec. I'm going to cut that. We are going to try to do this. I can't use my headphones that I want to. Shit. Alright, let's see what we get now. Alright, you can hear the sound now? I think you should be able to. Hello? Looking. You beat it faster than your brother. Oh, I'm special over here. Sound's probably gonna cut out again. Alright, let's see here. My volume's low now that I have this goofy little headset on. Is that any better? You can hear me and the game, or is the volume in the game way too loud? That might be what it is. Try this. Is that any better? Mueller. But yeah, anyway, so I was watching this dude play. We're gonna be funny here for a minute. I was watching this dude play the remake, and Cloud keeps getting in all these situations where girls are practically throwing themselves. Can you hear me? Come on now. Here, let's try this. Major, it better not just be you. You know what? We're just gonna bypass this altogether. Alright, tell me if anything sucks now. So he was talking, and Cloud gets in all these situations with female characters where they're practically throwing themselves at him, and he keeps doing favors, and for these women, and it's really kind of pathetic. And then I was like, oh my god, you just ruined my childhood, dude. I did not ever think of Cloud as a simp, but he totally does get suckered in by women to do all kinds of stupid stuff. And this time we're not going to be funny and name them all the same name, because we'll never be able to follow, and I probably won't even be able to remember who it is that's actually talking. But this game was seriously one of the best games, and a lot of it had to do with it being one of the initial releases, not initial with PlayStation, but pretty early on, and they're just talking about how they're going to go blow up what's essentially a nuclear facility. Our character is currently helping a environmental terrorist group, is what they would be called. And they're sucking the life from the planet dry. And I always thought it was called Mako, but apparently it's Mako. Who would have known? They don't have voice acting in this game, but they have it in the new one. It's actually pretty legit. Everybody sounds pretty much like you would expect them to. Alright, I'm gonna stop cheating though. So, because this is a phone, you can turn on encounters or turn them off. And if I don't want to get into a fight, I can just do that. But ultimately, that'll just make my character weak. And then I won't be able to get past where I need to. And Bear's like, yo, I'm Mr. T, but I got a gun on him. I mean, you can't tell, but he has a gun on him. And, I mean, he straight up is like the embodiment of Mr. T. It's kind of funny. I too was disappointed by the remake. The reason I was disappointed more than anything, and it's honestly it's on me, to be fair. I was disappointed because Midgar is the worst part of Final Fantasy VII. The entire Final Fantasy VII remake is only Midgar. So right when you get to where the game theoretically would get much better, that'll be in the next installment. I'm like, oh, great. So I literally bought a PS4 for the Final Fantasy remake. And you're telling me I'm going to probably have to buy a PS5 in order to play the whole thing. Not too much of a fan of that. Now, what I was thinking I should do, and I would have to look it up, is pull up a guide and try to do every single thing that you can do in the game. But I don't know, that feels weak sauce. I probably remember most of it. I mean, I've played the game a few times, to say the least. But when we first got this game, I was 97, and I would have been 11 years old. That doesn't sound right. But anyway, my older brother was the one who's like, "Oh, I was at my friend's house. We gotta play this game called Final Fantasy VII." And so we rented it back when the good old Blockbuster and Family Video is still around, but Blockbuster is probably where we rented it from. And we were playing this first part, and we died. And we couldn't get past the first part. And I'll explain to you where that is. Couldn't get past the first part. And I looked at my brother, he's 5 years older than me, and I said, "This was a cool game," you said. And he's like, "No, it's cool, but my friends told me after we no longer had the game because we rented it and thought it was terrible." He goes, "Well, my friends told me," he said, "you have to get out of Midgar before the game doesn't kind of suck." And I'm like, "Oh, well, that sounds great." And they explained to us how to fight the first boss, and it's not a hard thing at all, but I guess if you're impatient, you'll screw it up like we did. What was your biggest disappointment in the remake there, Major? Did you play it, or did you see someone play it? I actually haven't even finished it. I mean, to be fair, you can't have looked up any of this without all kinds of video notifications and all kinds of stuff that just ruins it for you. You pretty much have to go out of your way to not find out the ending of something that you've actually looked up before, because as soon as, like, when I open Google, I see articles about Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, and every time something pops up. So I knew how it ended, and but I had actually started playing it, and when I started playing, I thought, oh, cool, you know, we'll get out of Midgar, and then the game will go into, you know, what I remember liking. And when I found out that the game stops when you get out of the worst part of the original game, and I was like, oh no, that's terrible. I mean, I've said it for years that if I could get this game with even the level of quality of like video cinematics in this game, if the whole game could just look that good, which they, comparatively, they should absolutely be able to do that. That's what I wanted. And they introduced this way of basically saying, yeah, we're following it, but we're also changing things. And in my opinion, it kind of falls along the lines of RuneScape. So RuneScape was a game, and I think it started in like 93 or something like that. And it looks terrible. There's basically no graphics. I mean, there are, in fact, graphics, don't take me out of context, but it basically there's no graphics. And people love this terrible game. And it really is terrible. I mean, I've spent hours playing it, don't get me wrong, but it's a terrible game. And they came out with what they call RuneScape 3, they call it RS3 now, whatever. And there was an evolution of combat, and basically it doesn't play at all the same way that it used to play. And for whoever saw it, I just totally screwed up and wasted Cloud's turn. But they came up with this evolution of combat, which changed everything about the game. So even though the game was cool looking, and it was basically the same game, it was completely different. And on that game, they actually have voting polls, and if you're a paid member, you can vote. And so they had a vote for if people wanted to bring back old school RuneScape, and it got 90+% for yes, bring back old school RuneScape, and that's how much people didn't want the change. They said, hey, all we want is the same game with better graphics, but now people choose to play the shittier graphic game because the new game got screwed up because they wanted to make changes. And that's kind of how I felt with the Final Fantasy remake, is that like the game itself was fine, and it was like it looks great, and there's all kinds of just dialogue that's worth listening to. Like, I haven't even covered anything what they're saying. All they're talking about is how they're going to blow up this place. He's paying me to do it, so now he's like, hey, you got to do it, whatever. But anyway, Durga. Anyway, but so the game's not bad. It's just in this game there's like 3 scenes, and in that game it was like an hour of wandering around trying to figure out where you're actually going, and fighting stuff and flipping sensors and lights and stuff and moving this lift here and that, but it's just like, dude, all I did in the original was walk from one screen to another, and you just made this into an entire chapter, and all I want to do is get out of the worst part of the original game. And I was actually surprised at how many people liked, wow, that joystick on this controller really doesn't work. I was actually surprised at how many people really seemed to like it. It seemed like everybody who was like a super fan really liked it, and I was like, I don't know how you could have been a super fan of the original game and thought this was, on par. I don't know. It's crazy. So this game is kind of funny because you don't have it right now, but basically everybody's a magic user or you don't win. And I didn't understand that when I was a kid. But you think, oh, the dude's got a big sword, so you should hit people with the big sword, but you're almost always better off casting magic. And especially in this case, because lightning is obviously going to affect a robot. It's going to affect it more than just hitting it. But I have to watch myself, because soon enough here, he's going to do something which, if I attack... damn it. So, he just raised his tail, and this is what my brother's friend didn't tell us, is that when you attack him like that, he shoots you with a laser, and you can't do that very much before you're gonna die. Like, I mean, I'll be lucky if I don't accidentally lose a character right now. Oh, geez, okay, you can get hit quite a few times. But basically, the super secret thing is to just not attack him while his tail's up. And because it's a turn-based game, you don't think he's going to put his tail down until you take your turn. But when someone tells you, no, just don't take your turn, just sit there, and you're like, oh, that's what we couldn't figure out. And you're going to say, well, Randy, at the top of the screen it said don't attack while its tail is up, and I read that, but it wasn't clear because you just sat there staring at him, and you're like, well, I got to do something for sure, and no, you're not supposed to. But yeah, and so after we were told, hey, just don't attack when the tail's up, we're like, really? It's that easy? They're like, yeah. And then, we immediately beat it and had no real issues from that point on. But I mean, it was a sad day for my my gaming history. But I was pretty young then. Like I said, I didn't even realize in most of this game that you're basically supposed to use magic like the whole time. And I'm sure somebody would see this and be like, no, that's not true. You weren't supposed to just use magic, but you really are basically just supposed to use magic. I'm only trying to conserve some of it, but this guy should be almost dead. I didn't equip that material that would have told me, but it is what it is. When I see Barrett, Mr. T with a gun on his arm, I just think, wouldn't that have been crazy if Mr. T had a gun on his arm in like the 18th? I don't know. All right, there, chat. Let's be a little less funny. Alright, so now I got 10 minutes to get out of here. And I'm gonna say it would be funny, but I mean, you almost can't screw this up. So we'll see if I somehow get to talking and don't take my turns, because all these encounters affect that. I don't know, Brew. What do Sawson and Kurt Cobain have in common? Did Sawson sleep with Courtney Love? Oh, man. So I can't decide whether I should stare at my phone on the desk in front of me. I'm actually playing this from my phone, for those who don't know. Or I should look at the computer monitor. It's actually, ironically enough, based on like my overall computer screen, it might actually be bigger on my phone than it is on my computer. I feel like I should be looking at the camera. Get my good angle. Is this my good side? Or is this my good side? I know, hold on. This is my good side. And that timer is still going down that I said I would ignore and screw up somehow. But I can always just cheat and turn off encounters if I really want to. Oh. And so, I don't want that on. So if you get into a fight and your characters are looking the other way, 200 IQ play here. I do not have a Ouija board. I am actually paranoid enough about Ouija boards that I wouldn't have a Ouija board, purely out of my own distaste for any possible interaction. But anyway, when the characters start to fight backwards, if you get hit, you would get hurt more. and it's like it's a battle mechanic advantage type thing. But if you try to leave the fight, your characters will turn around and it negates that. And I don't think that was supposed to be a thing that you could do, but even though I couldn't figure out don't attack while the tail was up, I figured that out somehow, where you can just never get hit in the back based off the start. So this girl got stuck, and we just saved her, so she's psyched about that, because, you know, we're good people. In the remake, this girl hits on Cloud so hardcore, but they do kind of imply that she just kind of messes with all men, so I'm not sure if she is actually hitting on him, or if it's all a facade. Ooh, what reference is that? Movie reference time, folks. A movie I wouldn't even have seen. I actually can't even think of the name of the movie right now. It's a movie about presidents or something like that. It had the two old guys from Grumpy Old Men. Durka, I don't believe that you had a cat that died. Pics or it didn't happen. Not pics of a dead cat though. I'm not being that weird. I meant pics of a cat existing. Oh, and now I see what Bruce said, which makes what I said infinitely better. Thank you for that one, Brew. Thank you for the assist. Yeah, I gotta push the button. I gotta push the button and then tell it to actually switch on, because otherwise I just end up standing there. I talked to the wrong person, I think. I gotta talk to this one. I still think it'd be hilarious if I would have missed the time. I did totally ignore it the whole time. Alright. Oh man, guys, we did it! We blew up that Mako reactor! I pity the fool who doesn't understand that the planet's dying. Alright. Oop, hey, I'm about to knock a bunch of stuff off on my desk. So we like to blow things up. We're just going to blow up this wall in here and get on out. Look at that fire. You see how realistic that fire is? Man, I remember when I was a kid and I was like, whoa, that fire really looks like fire. That's silly me. Alright, so I got a part coming up where I can either choose to fight a bunch of fights, or I can pretty much skip all of them. What should I do? Choose your own adventure. Oh man, every time I look up and see Bruce's last chat, we gotta get Bruce's last chat out of the feed so that I don't see it and giggle. Alright, so I just met this flower girl. I'm gonna stop and chat with her, no big deal. Don't see many flowers around here. Oh, do you like them? They're only one gil. Gil is money. If you didn't figure that much out, but I'm like, just using fish to pay for stuff. So we just bought a flower, no big deal. I'm a flower girl. Raw dog the cats, huh? You know, right after I just said that aloud, I thought, probably shouldn't have said that aloud, Randy. Pretty sure there's something in here I'm supposed to do if I actually want to complete everything. I don't know, I feel like there was like a poster, so I can hit later and run away from these guys. And if I don't pick something fast enough, I have to fight people. I'm just going to fight these ones because I feel like it. See if they got to jump on me. Oh, so this time I can't get away with my cheat to not get hit in the back. But I can take that guy out immediately. So after you get hit or hit people a bunch, you build up your little limit break, which is like a super move. And so you see how that one guy shot me, and it did 9 damage, but then the other guy shot me when I was turned around, and it did 4 damage. And that's the difference between getting shot in the back and the bonus that's applied, or negative bonus in the sense of bad guys hitting you in the back. Yeah, I think like every young boy who played this game always wanted to be like Cloud, and he's a simp. Almost brings a tear to my eye. I don't know. You know what's funny is I just said that like a joke, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like an eye irritation right now, so that's kind of funny that would happen. And by kind of funny, I mean not funny at all. No, Major, what I'll probably do is when I'm not actually streaming, I'll just run around. There's a very specific area in Midgard that I'll run around where the house that attacks you, the Hell House attacks you, wherever that area. Before I go up to the Shimmer building, I'll run around there leveling up. And, you know, people said Cloud was emo. And I get it, but, like, I don't know. I mean, he doesn't really look emo. I mean, his gauntlet thing is a little emo-y, but, I mean, he just kind of had a pissy attitude. And based on his backstory, I mean, he kind of has a reason to have a pissy attitude. So if I actually play through this entire game on here, which I do plan on doing, I'll probably go into, well, there's a Cerberus, but the one that explains the story that basically happened. I think it was only a month before this that, you know, his friend just died, and so I mean, him being a little standoffish with the screwball of a story that he's got going totally makes sense. So other dudes talking about being worried about me, but he's not really worried about me. Me coming in like a hot shot. So the black guy doesn't like me because I was in Soldier, and Soldier is like special forces for the company that's destroying the world. This game is actually so allegorical to real life. You know, like, it was propaganda to push the idea of climate change. Flag that video. But it was clearly propaganda to teach people that, I mean, technically speaking, macro reactors would be more like nuclear reactors, but it's really more like drilling for oil in all real reality, either of which would be considered not cool, right? So, you know, just pick your poison on that one. Hit that like button, everyone. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think there's any level of being on YouTube that would get me to say that without mocking it. And maybe I'll just get over it at some point. But I've always hated that. Like, I've hated it because I tried to move cards, but I didn't really do that. I gotta talk to this girl over here. Oh wait, no, I gotta talk to the dude first. Then I'll go over and talk with. I think. What the hell? Let me get to the person I'm trying to talk to. I'm gonna say, don't hold your breath, because I'm emo. Wedge. Wedge is useless. Alright, we're gonna talk to this guy then. Maybe I don't remember as much as I thought I did. I know I need to talk to her. Why can't I get to her? Look at this. Major, tell me what I'm doing wrong. There we go. Randy's the special guy. Alright, she's like, hey, you want to look at this? And so, oh, she doesn't say it. I'm pretty sure she says something about getting closer. So they're explaining that Midgar is basically, honestly, Midgar is kind of like the capital city in Hunger Games. And the people in the slums would literally are in sectors, so kind of like that aspect too, but it really doesn't have much else to go off from that. But I swear she makes some sort of comment about getting closer, and it just goes to the whole point that Cloud's a simp. So she's showing him how, oh yeah, we're going around the main pillar and blah 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 blah. I mean, none of this really even matters. We're using fake IDs because we're bad people. It's kind of funny, like the whole game, you're technically bad people, but you're also like saving the world, and that irony is not lost on me because again, the allegory is that Shinra is probably America, to be honest, but at least corporate America, ruining the planet, and this group of Antifa, if you will, are gonna stop them by causing violence and blowing stuff up. Whoops. It's like I've seen this somewhere before. And he's explaining to me that it sucks to be in the slums when you can't see no daylight. On top of that, micro reactors draining the life out of the planet. And he's like, why don't you just move to the plate? And he's like, I don't know, probably because he got no money. Oh yeah, Drayden, we're good. Yeah, no, I've played it a few times, and I'm not even trying to sound funny about it. No, I'm just more or less right now. A bunch of people that I know are just watching me play a video game, and yeah, no, we will definitely get Yuffie, and I'm forgetting his name. By all means, Vincent. Yeah, I was like, why am I forgetting his name? You're comparing Avalanche to Greenpeace, Major? I don't know. I'm thinking probably more closely. I mean, you know what? Okay, fair point. They probably, at the time that the game was made, they probably were Greenpeace. Fair point. Alright, yeah, I'll get over here. Should I read what they're saying, or give you guys more than long enough to read it? I mean, I'm explaining what's happening, and the actual dialogue doesn't, I don't know. I mean, if I was watching someone play this, oh yeah, the Gold Chocobo, I mean, it's a must. You have to get it for something that I don't remember. But yeah, that's a fun process, right? You know what's funny? Actually, Major. So, I actually got stupid lucky and just won all my Chocobo bets at the Golden Saucer or whatever. And, like, I didn't even understand that it was hard. But then I played, like, a second time, and, like, I couldn't win. And, I just was like, but last time I just picked random stuff, and I won. And, oh, what should I say? You want to meet your little baby? Oh, since I'm confused, I'm going to say that. Hey, don't act like you don't know what I mean. I'm telling you. I have to get car. I don't want to do anything, but it's on time. Yeah, Drayden, I bought a PS4 specifically for the remake, Um, at professionally casual gaming, my whole thing is I'm like strictly a mobile game player, so I'm actually playing this from my phone, and I have a pretty ridiculous phone. That's a fan that basically utilizes an air conditioner chip to cool your phone down. It's probably not necessary to be on right now, but I don't know how hot the phone will get based on however long I end up playing this. So I have it on for the sake of it. And so anyway, I'm kind of anti console, but I own PS4 specifically for the Final Fantasy VII remake, and it was not worth the purchase. But my kids get to use it, so hey, funny story. I never put the assault gun that I totally picked up. I haven't put anything on that I picked up, have I? Guys who know what's going on. You're supposed to say, "Hey, idiot, you're not playing right." Did I pick up anything else? All right. Whoop. No. Oh, I don't even have Barret, so I can't even do it right now. Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see if I can even buy this. Money is such an issue for a while in this game. This is probably a bad choice, but I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna pick one up. You know, moments. Every time you buy a piece of equipment, you end up finding it like right after you do. So anyway, what the heck? I want to go up. I think my controller's not configured quite right. Because I've had multiple issues now with not being able to move the way I wanted to. You know what's been going on? What? That again? You must be sick of hearing it, but it's been so long. You're worried where it's all headed, right? Alright, so it's occurring to me now that I'm doing this backwards. I think I do need to come up. Get up on that ladder, you. There we go. I think I do need to like go up here, and he's gonna yell at me and say I can sleep here if I want, but I gotta pay or something like that, and I'm gonna say no way, because I'm not here for that. I am here for. I'm pretty sure that I'm supposed to be able to check that drawer, so maybe I am entirely at the wrong point. Oh well, we'll come back to it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to go in the bar before I did any of this, because once you go to the bar and do that part, I think like the caged in area. Dude, seriously, what is going on with this? I might have to do something about this. I'm getting stuck on like everything. Alright, guy, let's go in. Yeah, get your slow moving ass in there. The little girl just called me Papa. She thought I was Barret. It's a different one. Do you remember what I'm talking about, Drayden? It's the thing where you like open the drawer and find money, but if you don't take it, you can get a poster access later, or one of those soldier figurines or something like that. Did you fight with Barret? See, no joke. So I'm such a milquetoast person that when I first read "Did you fight with Barret," I thought she meant like, did you guys go to the Mako reactor and fight together? But it means, did you actually get into like a fight with him? And so I'm gonna say not this time, because I want Tifa to like me. And if I told her the other way, she'd be like, "Oh, you're so immature," or something stupid like that. Bitches. But yeah, so now she notices the flower that I bought, and I'm gonna give it to her. A lot of this doesn't actually matter. There's really like only one time where all of this matters, and even then it doesn't really matter. So Marlene is Barrett's daughter, except she's not like actually his daughter. I think her parents either didn't come back from somewhere, or he knows that they were not coming back and he became her father. And it appears as though Tifa, whatever they call her name, is with Barrett, but she's actually not. Hey, this is almost exactly out of the remake right here. Yeah, like, I'm going to steal the money because I don't care. I was talking probably before you got here about whether I should do like all of everything, which I would need to look at a guide in order to remember all that crap. But ultimately, what it'll just be is me failing something and then having to go back to a save point and then, just watching the same thing over and over so that I don't do it wrong. Like the thing where you have to march in the parade, I'm with this controller set up right now, it's totally not going to work well for me at all. But hopefully that'll work out when we get there. It's a long ways off. He's like, was there anyone from Soldier fighting us today? He's like, nah, I'm positive. Sound pretty sure. Oh, why am I doing voices? If there was anyone from Soldier, you wouldn't be standing here now. Now that's a stupid thing to say, because you're a guy from Soldier, and you were supposed to be Soldier First Class, which is the highest rank, even though within Soldier First Class there's more powerful soldiers, so it doesn't really make sense. Yeah, Major, I accidentally found this thing I got recommended that was like all their origin stories for like every Final Fantasy character. So I've been listening to a lot of that stuff, and some of them I didn't even play the game because I stopped playing after 10. I think it was a little bit because I got bent out of shape that they made 10 too. And I was one of those people who didn't care for it because at that time they'd never made like a second game for any of them. And if anyone wanted there to be a second game, they wanted Final Fantasy VII 2, not Final Fantasy X 2. So are you telling me the game is too loud? I don't know if anyone else is having that problem. Do you have to have the game sound up too loud to hear me? Is that what it is? I'll keep a lookout for a response on that. So he's saying, hey man, I'm not with Soldier anymore. They screwed me over. But don't get it wrong, I don't care about Avalanche or the planet. This is what Major was talking about with the whole emo thing. He has that real like, God, Dad, get out of my room kind of mentality about everything for a while. Hey Major, is the game sound super loud in order for you to hear me talking? So I can try to talk louder. I mean, I almost forget that I'm talking to people on the internet right now. Like that you need to be able to hear me. Like clearly I'm talking to you. Barrett's gun sound. Okay, got it. Cause to be fair, man, I've streamed like 4 times maybe, and I know all this sound stuff is not set well. It's not set like somebody who knows what they're doing. And she just said, hey, don't you remember about what you said to me? And I go, oh, how could you say that? Now there you go. See, now the promise. Oh, I did forget. It was 7 years ago. And go back to that moment at the water tower, which was apparently a date spot back in Nibelheim. And the mere fact that she went when he asked her to go to that water tower should have told him that she was interested, but he did not pick up on that. So now we're going to go back to when he was a kid, which honestly is only like 4 years ago. I mean, I think they say it's 7, but based on the ages that they're supposed to be, it was only like 4 years ago. So that's confusing. I think he's supposed to leave. He's supposed to leave when he's like 13. And it's not that he's 17 per se, but like, I'm trying to explain it. The math doesn't add up on the dates. I'm telling you right now, they don't. If you look into all of it, which is really odd because people have totally looked into this game in like every single way. And my first thought was, when I was listening to the Cloud Strife backstory thing, and when they were saying the dates, I'm like, there's no way those dates match up. And I also realized Cloud would be the same age as me. It's kind of like when you watch Full House and you're my age. So you watch these girls grow up, the twins, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Yeah, I couldn't remember the name for a minute. And it's funny because they're actually a year older than me, so it seems so weird to have watched them grow up while growing up, and then to find out that they're the ones who are older than you. So he's saying, I'm going to go off to Midgard, the big city, and it's really like the only big city, arguably, in the world. But he's going to go join Soldier and be a hero like Sephiroth. And Sephiroth fought Genesis, but you don't know any of that right now. And that's why he was a war hero. Well, I guess the war was technically with Wu Tai, but it was more about his fight with Genesis. Yeah, no, this game can be a pain. It can be a pain due to, if nothing more, save points and cutscenes, because there is like one stretch of cutscenes where you don't expect it, and it's so long. And I specifically remember I was playing it on a computer, and I specifically remember just leaving the computer on when I had to like go somewhere because I wasn't going to lose my save progress from before the cutscene, and I had no idea how much longer the cutscene was going to be. She goes, "But you got your childhood dream, didn't you? You joined Soldier." Yes, right. Pay me. This is my pay. Don't make me laugh. What? Then I don't understand this. You got the next mission lined up. Like the way that phrasing doesn't make sense. I'll do it for 3,000. And I'm like, he just paid you 1,500, and you think you're gonna double up on him on the next one? I mean, I wouldn't even agree to 2,000. I wouldn't agree to 2,000, Cloud. I'd just get Tifa to come over there and serve you a drink, and then get you to do it for 1,000. And I don't even think we get paid for this one, honestly. I'll be honest. You do this one for free, and you get a lot of headache from doing it too. Heading to the Sector 5 reactor. I'll fill you in on the train. Hello, Cloud. Before the next mission, I got something I want to ask you. I don't really know how to use materia. I'll give you the material we found. Just teach me how to use it. Okay, I'll explain it. You wouldn't understand. Alright, so I'm going to say you wouldn't understand because that's the game's way of saying that it's not going to make me do the tutorial. Because I don't need a tutorial for that. Okay, I'll ask Jesse later, or again later, but you're in charge of the materia. So that's saying, hey, now you can actually change your magic in the game. Materia is an orb, and you need the orb in order to use the magic. And materia is made from compressed Mako energy, and to be fair, I don't really think, I think their claim is that it happens naturally, but I know that there's supposed to be materia that was like made by people. What do I have? Whatever. So I'm going to make her the healer. And I'm also going to do this because I should have already. Alright, so now when I go over here, that cage is going to open up and it's going to try to teach me a bunch of stuff about the game that I'm not going to pay attention to. But there's a reason I came in here. I don't think it was just to save. Come on. What is going on? It was always kind of annoying too, like I'm stuck, and if you go too close to the save point, you kind of get stuck into it. Hey, there we go, that's what I came in here for, and I thought I already had it. That was materia. Next, take this treasure chest. So, this guy is basically, I guess, showing me that, hey, guy, you can pick stuff up. I don't know. All of this area is about tutorial. So I'm going to put all on lightning. I'm pretty sure I should actually put it on fire, but I'm not going to do that. Because I like my lightning. I'm going to go up here and make sure that I can't, kids going to come in here and tell me, got to pay to play. Say no way. So the reason you pay someone to rest is because it revives everybody all the way, like full life and full magic and all that stuff. Yeah, this is not the room. I swear you're supposed to be able to get something out of there, but I don't know. I'll forget it. It won't matter in the long run. Alright. I gotta also do this. Man, all you people in here know what's going on, and you were gonna let me not equip dude's weapon. But where did Ice go? It wasn't there. It was not there when I picked Barret. It was not there. I don't care if it was. I'm saying right now, it wasn't there. Is this Johnny? Yeah. So Johnny is nobody in this game really, like at all. But he's kind of important. He keeps making comebacks in the remake. And either nobody's typing anything for a really long time, or my chat's not showing up anymore. How far should I play this? I mean, I was just figuring I might as well. I highly doubt Aviation Arms is even awake still, because it's late for that youngin'. This ain't no private car, so split up. Hoodlums again. God, well, don't I just have all the luck? And there's no way that he heard him say that. And he walked past him, and then he goes, "You say something?" Like, yeah, let's go start a fight with this guy. Because, you know, we want to be incognito and everything, but what we should definitely do is pick a fight with a guy who looks like he works at Shinra. And this guy does work at Shinra. And then he goes, hey, you heard about that Avalanche group? They said there's going to be more bombings. Like, good. Yeah, I figured most of the people watching are, just here to support the channel. Barrett likes to cuss, but it's censored. So what are we gonna do now? The hell you so calm? Why did they let hell go through? I want to know what that word is. You're busting up my rhythm. Seriously, like you're gonna censor some of it, but not curse words. I suppose people get away with saying hell. I don't know. That was a curse word when I was a kid. Looks like you just finished connecting the cars. We're finally leaving. So, what's our next target? Listen to Mr. Serious about his work. Alright, I'll tell you. Jess has probably already told you, but there's a security checkpoint at the top plate. It's an ID scan system checking all the trains, which Shinra is very proud of. We can't use our fake IDs anymore. Good morning and welcome to Midgar Lines. Arrival time in Sector 4. Station is 11:45. I don't know. I just went into an entirely different voice during that announcement. That means we've got only 3 more minutes to the ID checkpoint. Alright, in 3 minutes we're jumping off this train. Got it? Now I know that a train doesn't sit that high, but Barrett he's actually afraid of heights, and I can't imagine he's the kind of guy who'd be super psyched about jumping out of a train either. It looks like you've already seen this. It's alright. Come a little closer. So this is what I thought. I swear Jesse said that, but ID checkpoint is supposed to be further down the line. Oh, so they found us because we're bad people, and I don't know if we all have chips in our bodies or something in this utopian, dystopian, whatever, wasteland. But for some reason, they're able to scan, and they know that we're in here and that we don't check out or something. I never understood this. See, it's becoming alarmingly more realistic nowadays. But oh, Cloud, I really don't have time for you to get stuck on stuff right now. So the scan's coming up the thing, and we're trying to outrun the scan, which makes no sense, like, at all. Like, she even says, well, we're out of the clear, but they're going to start another scan, as in, like, to scan the rest of the single train. Like, we all know that this would be a deal where the train goes by a scanner, and then it immediately scans the whole thing. Get out the way, fools. Yeah, this person just likes to stand in my way. Alright, and then we get up to this one, and all of a sudden everything's cool. I mean, in a minute it'll be cool. Alright, we made it. Like, how? They don't scan the last car on the train, or the first car on the train? Doesn't make any sense. These two goofy looking people, there are other people, and they're dressed in a disguise. Hey, you two, there ain't no time for that. I made up my mind. Watch closely. I'm gonna jump. Oh no, she jumped. And I let her jump. Barrett's all, the leader always stays to the end. Don't go getting your spiky ass hurt. They let ass go. What are the censored words supposed to be? I gotta assume it's the F-bomb. It's the only that makes sense. It's only the beginning of the mission. No, Major, the timer is just when you're running up the carts or whatever. You get like 15 seconds. And I mean, let's be honest. If you can't walk in a straight line in 15 seconds, I'm kind of curious. Well, what happens? Like, do you literally just lose and have to restart from your save point? I mean, what kind of stupid mechanic would that be? We should have just tested it. You should have said something. I would have just stood there and seen what happens. I doubt we would get into a fight. I guarantee it would just literally make me lose, and I'd have to start back from that save point 5 seconds ago. Wow, at least 15 seconds ago, because you gotta wait for the timer. All right, so because I don't feel like dealing with it, I'm gonna turn off encounters, because you're supposed to go the other way, but there's definitely something if you go this way. I want to say it's materia, but it might be some kind of item. But I know for a fact, like, I'm going to be so annoyed if I'm not remembering this correctly. And it looks like you're just repeating the same thing, but it does end at some point. Or I'm crazy. We're going to do this a couple more times, and when I don't see anything, I'm going to get discouraged. Come on. Come on, I know you're there. Where are you, thing I'm looking for? Ay. I'm going to have to pull out a guide. I'm botching this hardcore. But yeah, this part in the remake was terrible. Like, everything about the lead up to Mako Reactor 5 in the remake is terrible. No, I am definitely going the wrong way, Major, but I swear there was something if you kept going backwards long enough, you found some kind of item, and I want to say it was materia, so it's got to be that it is a different area where, like, maybe before you crawl in that hole that we're going to crawl, no, because that's what we're going to do right now. I don't know, but I know I remember there being something. To be fair, I mean, with this being a phone ported game, it might be different. Like, I don't remember if it's the actual PlayStation version or if it's the one that was on the computer, and there was differences between the two. You telling me to squeeze into that to get on a plate? No way. I don't understand why you would look in. I'm gonna look inside. I didn't even get it. Maybe I find something. No? I mean, why would I pick that? Like, just go in. What am I gonna do? Go through the green lasers? And then don't go. Like, why do you give me options to not do what I have to do in the game? Alright. I turn back encounters. Otherwise, I will gimp myself. Actually, Major, since you brought it up, the idea of fighting and or not fighting, did you know? Oh, he's gonna leave on me. Did you know that this game was one of the first games where it was reactive to, like, how high your level was, and other stuff as well? But if you out-leveled the area too much, it would actually make the game so hard that you would have to go, like, 5 levels higher than you're already. Like, there was one point where I was like 10 levels higher than the area really called for, and the game was so hard to play because it basically was discouraging you from doing that. Because you would think if you out-leveled the area, you would just be too strong, but the game would get harder if you did that. And there's multiple boss fights where how hard the boss is based on what level your characters are or what level your main character is, stuff like that. Which is pretty cool, because I want to say it was one of the first games to do something like that. Alright, we're going to go in here. Get into a fight. Oh, I was going to call it. I was going to say, we're going to get in a fight right before we get on this ladder, but didn't do it. I don't get to claim that I knew it was going to happen. Whatever. And so because I stuck bolt with all, I'm allowed to hit all of them with my attack. And it only counts as one attack, so that's pretty nifty. But until the materia levels up, I can only do that one time. And every time you level up your all materia, you get another turn. So like you have like, I think it goes up to like level 4, maybe 5 or something like that. So you'll be able to use whatever spell you have attached to that materia 4 times, whatnot. Talk to her. I'm sorry. The ID scan problem on the train was all my fault. I modified your ID card, and that's what did it. I did my best, but I failed. Yeah, you sure did. I don't even know where I'm going. I mean, I do, but I don't. I remember this being puzzle-esque. Like, that's not really where I wanted to be, but I didn't come down here. I know I'm missing something in this area. Whatever. It's all good. So this area is painstakingly annoying in the remake. Oh wow, walked right past that one. It's painstakingly annoying, and there's like these like weird like praying mantis monsters and stuff. It just terrible. Like I said, you go and remake a game after 20 years, and your first thought was, let's take the worst part from the original and make it 40 hours long. And I was like, yeah, no. Oh man, look at that. I'm just taking. Did Homeboy just shoot Cloud? There is no way that I just told him to shoot Cloud. That's the most damage my characters have taken. Was one of them shooting the other one. I'm about to rewind the tape on that one. What the? I might have to go with a misclick or something. I don't know. That's weird. I don't think I've ever shot myself on accident in this game. I mean, you get a status effect confusion, and that can result in you shooting your own characters. But what the shit was that? Alright, go. You're gonna pull out, made up in the head, we're counting on you, Cloud. So I don't know why those two. So they were still on the train when we jumped off. You didn't see them when you jumped off the train. And then they go and run off after not helping you do anything. Like, yeah, sounds about right. Run around here. You're gonna go, hey, this looks just like the other place. And yeah, it does. You know, where's OSHA? What is this? Like, I thought it was bad when I was in a factory where they had steam, like this steam over here, shooting through a walkway, kind of like this, only it was a much more defined walkway than this thing that I would not be allowed to stand on without a harness, for damn sure. That's why Shinra's so evil. They're destroying the planet, and they got unsafe work conditions. How dare they? Oh, I didn't do my trick. And I got hurt for it. See, homeboy in the middle there got hit by 10 damage because I hadn't turned around. And then Cloud only got 4 damage. Now, Cloud probably did legitimately just take less damage, but it was because he was turned around. So look, he's only getting 4 damage right now. And these doggies are annoying. I'm pretty sure they're weak to fire, but I don't have fire. I have ice. And I can hit him with the lightning, but I'll need it. I'll need mana. All right. For all my people that are still in the chat, it's looking like maybe just might be you, Saucin. So my work gave me this for a mask, and I mean it's not actually a mask, but I already had made the joke that they should make a law against putting the flag on the mask due to what the flag represents and what the flag represents. But for those out there, now you see all that come out? See how that come out as if there was nothing blocking it? That's why when a study tells me that the most effective thing I can do is wear a mask, that's how I know it's crap. Because that was vapor that just came out. And it just came out as if I wasn't wearing anything at all. And a lot of people run around thinking that they're safe, and it's just too easy. Too easy. Ah, damn it. I keep accidentally stepping off the save point. It's so annoying. It'd be hilarious. I really hope that I look at this video tomorrow, or whenever it ends up uploading, because that always takes forever. I don't need that yet. And see that there's like a thing underneath it saying like, well, this is misinformation. Must have all these dudes. Saucin, are you still here? Who is still here? I got 3 viewers. Y'all probably told me in Discord that you were leaving. I don't have Discord up. No, no one told me shit. Y'all bouncing on me. Weak sauce. Weak sauce. That's what I should have made my name if you're here, Saucin. I should have called myself Weak Saucin instead of Random Saucin. Because I'm also a weak sauce person. Like, dude, I don't even typically eat the mild salsa chips at that they give you at a Mexican restaurant, because I'm that much of a wuss. And it's not that it's actually hot. It's just like any amount of spice in my mouth makes all other food like physically feel hotter. And so I'm in this reactor, and I just had a flashback to the last time Tifa and I were in a reactor, and her father has just been killed by Sephiroth, who was supposed to be a great man, and turns out he was not. So she said, did Sephiroth do this to you? And her dad is dead, I believe. Maybe he said something, but here she is getting upset because everything was ruined by Shinra because they're evil. And they're like, what is up with this guy? Get a hold of yourself. She's like, you alright? Tifa. Nah, forget it. Come on, let's hurry. Alright, so we're going to plant this bomb. This time I get to pick the timer. I think. Pretty sure I get to pick the timer. Hey, set the bomb, you. I don't know. That's weird. Pretty sure that's supposed to set the bomb. Whatever. Maybe it's just there isn't a timer. I'm going to walk all the way up here. And it's going to not be what I think it is. I swear there's supposed to be a timer on this one too. I'm almost confident that I'm doing this wrong right now. But that's what happens when the last time you played a game was like 15 years ago. Hey Drayden, if you're still in here, tell me right now that I'm wrong and I was supposed to somehow plant that bomb, because it did not plant, and I'm pretty sure you're supposed to push A and it's supposed to plant, but because I swear you're supposed to pick whether it's 20 or 30 minutes long, and then I don't know, the boss drops different stuff or something like that. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. At this point I feel like I'm just talking to myself. Cloud's over there taking a knee. Oh, Barrett's taking a knee with him. That's right. Someone must have started playing the anthem. No, actually, it's a status effect. I don't even remember what it is. It's like sadness. No, I don't know what the status effect is. I don't care. I've almost never cured status effects. I mean, about the only one I would do is like poison. We're gonna do this real quick. I'm totally gonna have to come back down here, and if I do have to come back down here, I'm gonna turn off encounters because, yeah. But I am sure that I'm wrong. So we have this piano at my house, and it's not really a piano, but it looks like it's a real piano, and it's actually a keyboard in like a piano setting. And one of the like demo track songs or whatever that's on there is maybe this song. It's one of the songs in this game, and when I heard it, I was like, I know this song. And my wife's like, what? I'm like, yeah, no, it was in Final Fantasy VII. And I don't know why, but I think she thought I was crazy because I said that. But I was just like, no, it was definitely in that game for sure. I don't remember which song it is, but I think it was this one. And to hear this like on a piano was like, wait, why what song is this? Was it like some sort of classic that they felt was applicable to the game? I don't know. Alright. Woodchuck, if you're still here, your GIF is catching my glance on Discord a bunch. Ooh, I don't want to use that. We're gonna defend you. We're gonna tell you to cure. So I don't want to use my limit because I don't want to not have it for the boss fight. But in all honesty, I'm probably gonna get enough fights that saving it is a terrible idea. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I got Deadly Waste. So Deadly Waste is an item that basically acts like magic can be performed. I forget to use like all items because I feel like if you're not putting up physical damage, I swear it feels like it's wrong. Which is stupid because I've already explained that the game is based almost entirely off of magic damage. Alright, let's see if we can do this. So we gotta push all these buttons at once. You see the little arms go up. Up, too early. Up, still too early. Gosh, I don't think I've ever failed it like that much. Nope, no good, let's try. Oh, boom. What? No, dude, that's totally the right time. Okay, that one wasn't the right time. I had this thing again, too. Stop. What is going on? Okay, it still made bloop, boop, boop sound. Like we didn't do it right, but it opened. Alright, so we're gonna save this. We're gonna start making 2 saves because Final Fantasy games are kind of notorious for allowing you to save at a time you probably shouldn't have saved, and then not being able to get out of the situation you kind of saved yourself into. Alright, it says, oh, let's go this way. Oh, Shinra's that way. Oh no. And like, so seriously, in the remake, what I just did in this amount of time is like a third of the game. Like, it's easily like 5 hours. What you've seen me do right now is easily, honestly, what you've seen me from start to now is probably seriously like 10 hours of gameplay in the remake. And you're just like, how did you come up with all of this to represent this part of the game? Alright, so that's the president of Shinra. He's a bad man. And he actually is a bad man. It's not like fake, like Avalanche is like actually a terrorist organization. Like, Shinra is actually bad, and they basically know that they're destroying the world. Shinra's like, his last name is actually Shinra, but it's also the company name. He's like, you're that ex-soldier, aren't you? Ah, Sephiroth, he was brilliant, perhaps too brilliant. Sephiroth, don't give a damn about none of that. This place going out with a bang soon. Serves y'all right. It's such a waste of good fireworks just to get rid of vermin like you. Vermin, that's all you say? Shinra, the vermin killing the planet. Guess that makes you king vermin. So shut up, jackass. Again, jackass. Like, how you gonna put that in there? You are beginning to bore me. I'm a very busy man, so if you excuse me, I have a dinner I must attend. Dinner? Don't give me that. I ain't even started with you yet. But I've made arrangements for a playmate for you all. And the remake makes this boss out to be like so terrible, and it's like such a long, drawn out thing. And I don't know. I guess I never really even thought much of this boss. I'll probably end up losing just because I said I never thought much of it. Losing due to the fact that I ignored some of the fights, and it'll end up biting me in the ass right now. But this is a robot that's meant to basically replace soldiers, but it would never replace soldiers because the soldiers are some like crazy elite fighting force. So it wouldn't make any sense that one of these doohickeys would ever. I just did her thing wrong, but anyway. He should have turned around when I shot him from behind, so I'm confused about that. But we're gonna put the beat on him here. So current function not operational. I have a feeling, I think it's if I attack with magic from behind, I won't actually get shot, but I might be wrong on that. Might be wrong. Now Tifa's gonna have to go into healer mode because everybody's taking damage. He's wigging out. Oh my god, did I just accidentally run it that fast? See, I don't even know how that just happened. I mean, yeah, okay, I did use everybody's limit break, but that's the fight. That just getting up to that fight takes like 30 minutes of preparing for the fight. And so now I'm dangling off this thing, and she's like, oh no, we gotta help. And he's like, we gotta go, this thing's gonna blow up. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna hang here. I mean, I know this thing's about to blow up, but I'm gonna hang here. I'm gonna be strong. Because, listen, you worry about yourselves. I'm alright. Dude, you're hanging by one arm from a thing that is about to blow up. That's not my definition of alright. At all. Oh, here it comes. Oh, no. They killed Cloud. I almost said Clyde. They killed Cloud this early in the game. What the heck? That's never happened before. I'm just kidding. That's how it always happens. He doesn't die. Because That would be a terrible game. And now voices are talking to him. Can you hear me? He says, yeah. Back then, I only got scraped knees. What do you mean by back then? What about now? Can you get up? What do you mean by back then? What about now? Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself now. I'll try. And I don't think it ever actually tells you who's talking to him in his head. I'm pretty sure I know who it's supposed to be, and I'm not actually going to go into that for the sake of continuity of the game. But he's got a little helping voice, and now somebody else is like, hello, hello, and he's like, hey, who are you? And he's talking to the voice in his head. It's the flower girl, checking on him. He fell on flowers. Because he fell through the roof and fell on flowers, he didn't die from falling like, I don't know, hundreds of feet. But at least he was a soldier, so it kind of, in a screwed up way, it kind of makes sense. Because basically, bathing, the soldiers bathe in Mako, and it basically gives them like super abilities. So the idea is essentially that he's like less human than he used to be, so it kind of makes sense, but still. I mean, and see, this is what's confusing too. She says the roof and the flower bed must have broken your fall, but that hole in that roof actually existed before I just fell in it, i.e. that's why the sunlight came in and those flowers grow there. So someone explain that one to me. I don't think anybody really talks about that. The hole had to be there already. I didn't make the hole. The flowers here are quite resilient because this is a sacred place. So flowers don't grow in the slums, but flowers grow in this area because it's a church. There you go. See, it says that right there. She loves it in this old abandoned church. I think in Sector 5 slums. Which would make sense because I just fell from the Sector 5 plate. And we just gotta keep talking to her until other stuff happens. Alright, chat, who's still with me? I show 3 viewers, but nobody's talking. You there, Saucin? Is the Saucin there? Don't you remember it? Yeah, I remember you. I bought the flower. You were selling flowers. I should have told her she was a slum drunk. She just asked me if I have any materia, and I said, yeah, some. Nowadays, you can find materia anywhere. But mine is special. It's good for absolutely nothing. Good for nothing. You just don't know how to use it. No, I do. It just doesn't do anything. I feel safe just having it. It was my mother's. Say, I feel like talking. Do you feel up to it? That's fine. You can see that. After all, here we are meeting again. I don't mind. Wait here. I've got to check my flowers. It'll be just a minute. So she's gonna go. Excuse me. She's gonna go fake look at her flowers. We're gonna go over and talk to her again because, you know, women like to play games. She is supposed to be like playful, quirky, or whatever is supposed to be like her thing. Now that you mention it, we don't know each other's names, do we? My name is, and her actual name is Aerith, but they changed it to Aries. Probably Aerith. I've always called it Aries, though, honestly. They changed it to that for some reason in the American version. But in other games, where she appears, because she appears in other games, which also doesn't make sense based on this game. But anyway, she appears in other games, and they actually use her real name, Aerith. I probably should have just changed it to that. The name's Cloud. Me? I do a bit of everything. Oh, a jack of all trades. Yeah, I do whatever's needed. What's so funny? What are you laughing at? Sorry, I just Oh, who's that at the door? So, funny story about Jack of all trades. People always say Jack of all trades, master of none, but it's actually supposed to be Jack of all trades, master of one, is the actual quote. But people say it wrong. She's like, hey, Cloud, don't let it get to you. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to talk to her, I think. Oh, hey, say, Cloud, have you ever been a bodyguard? You can do anything, right? Yeah, that's right. Then get me out of here. Take me home. She's like, take me home, Cloud. And he's all like, okay, but it'll cost you. I'm like, bro, wrong answer. Okay, then, let's see. She's on par. How about if I go out with you once? He's all like, what? I'm talking about money. See, he said, I want my money. I don't know who you are, but... And here's the screwed up thing. I think he actually does know who he is. You don't know me. I know you. Oh yeah, I know you. That uniform. Hey sis, this one's a little weird. So I don't know why he calls her sis, because he's not her brother. Shut up, Shinra spy. Reno, want him taken out? I haven't decided yet. Don't fight here, you'll ruin the flowers. The exit is back there. Stop yawning, man. Jeez. This is kind of a funny moment. They were Mako eyes. Yeah, alright, come on, get to work. Oh. And don't step on the flowers. And they're all like, you just stepped on them. They're ruined. It's hilarious to me. I find stupid stuff funny. But, you know, just walked right into the flowers. And he's like, oh, by the way, don't get on the flowers. And they're all like, what the hell? You just stepped all over them, man. You tell us not to step on the flowers if you just walked all over them. Go over here. I'm gonna go this way. And we're like, oh, we're gonna jump over here. But first, some stupid stuff's gonna happen. So she's not psyched about this jump. I know it looks like they aren't going to let us go. What should we do? We can't let them catch us, can we? There's only one thing left to do. And I'll just say, based on the size of their bodies and the distance of that jump, that would be a ridiculous jump to make. Like, the idea that she's going to make this jump is crazy. Alright, I'll hold them off. Alright, make sure they don't get through. The Ancients, get in the way. Attack, attack. Ah! Eris. I think we killed them? They never should have fought us. Doesn't make any sense. Alright, so what's going to happen now is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to knock these barrels down. I'm going to tell her, hold on for a minute. I'm going to come up here and you're going to go, oh, this one's going to fall on her. That one is definitely not going to fall on her. I'm going to say this one. Boom! And so instead of having to fight with Aerith, who sucks at fighting, I avoided that one. And then she's going to get into trouble again here, and it's going to go back down. Nope, there she goes. Now she says, hey, I need some help over here. And I'm going to tell her to hold on. I don't remember. I don't remember these, so I'm probably going to miss something. We're going to attack this guy. Boom, preemptive attack. You did. The other guy will turn around, though. Probably. Okay. I gotta turn up combat speed. Slow. Slow combat. Alright. Take that potion. We're gonna try this one. I really don't think this is the right one though. Oh damn, it was. I actually don't remember this. I'm just getting lucky. It's basically, the best way to think about it is whatever one doesn't seem like the right one, it's probably the right one. Fast. Field message. We'll turn that. I don't know, why not? Turn it all up. Why can't really turn that on? I can turn max stats on. But, we recommended. It's all good. Alright. Anyway. So now I gotta get her. She's gonna go, oh no, I'm getting attacked again. And I think this one is actually the one it seems like it should be. Yeah. I'm doing this way too well. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've ever played this and not messed up one of these. And they are the same every time. But, yes, this way. Didn't even need the last one because I took them all out of other boxes. Alright, go up here, hop on out of the hole in the roof that I supposedly just made, but somehow flowers were growing below. Aha, they're looking for me again. You mean it's not the first time they've been after you? No, they're the Turks. The Turks are a Shin organization. They scout possible candidates for soldier. This violently? I thought they were kidnapping someone. They're also involved in a lot of other dirty stuff on the side. Spying, murder, you know. They look like it. But why are they after you? There must be a reason, right? No, not really. I think they believe I have what it takes to be a soldier. Maybe you do. You want to join? I don't know, but I don't want to get caught by those people. And let's go. So another thing, alright, so this scene, which is literally just holding left, and you just run across, it says, hey, you're going too fast. This is like an entire level almost in the remake, where you do all kinds of like, crawl up this, crawl down this, crawl up this, crawl down this, and it's totally unnecessary. Like, I know they're trying to like build like a whole bunch of depth into something that didn't really have depth in it, but like, remembering this, so she says she recognized the eyes, and he goes, well, how do you know that? And she says, oh, nothing. Right, nothing, come on, let's go, bodyguard. And she's gonna end up telling us that she had a boyfriend that was in soldier, that's why she knows about the eyes. Which is stupid, because she doesn't, I mean, lots of people know about the whole Mako eyes from soldier people, so it's not like it's that unheard of. Phew, finally made it. Now what? The house is over here. Hurry before they come. Alright, let's go to your house. Let's go to your house, girl. Dude, it did it again. That just keeps happening. I don't even know how I keep doing that. Alright. Up, up. Up. Let me go up this way. Then her place is over here. And even her house, like, it does really look about the same, just like way better looking. But it's way more complicated to get to her house in the remake. Like, annoyingly complicated to get to. And I'm pretty sure in the remake there's also materia out here. I don't know if there was an item, but I know that was like all these little things like this. Like when you're playing the remake, you're like, did they put the materia where the materia was before? I don't know. I'll put that on, but I don't really care. You give her restore, but I don't think it's gonna matter because I don't remember. Alright, so we got the girl home. This is Cloud, my bodyguard. Bodyguard, you were calling again? Are you alright? You're not hurt, are you? She said, no, I'm alright. I got Cloud with me. He's my bodyguard. Thank you, Cloud. So, what are you gonna do now? Is Sector 7 far from here? I want to go to Tifa's bar. Is Tifa a girl? Yeah. A girlfriend? No way. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Hee hee hee. You don't have to get that upset. Well, that's nice. Let's see, Sector 7, I'll show you the way. You gotta be kidding me. Why do you want to put yourself in danger again? I'm used to it. Used to it? Oh, I don't know, getting help from a girl. A girl? What do you mean by that? You expect me to sit here quietly after hearing you say something like that? Mom, I'm taking Cloud to Sector 7. I'll be back in a while. Finally, Mom, the voice of reason, comes in. She's like, y'all ain't going outside right now. If you must go, why don't you go tomorrow? Yeah, you're right, Mom. She's like, yeah. Calm down there, Ares. You'll be alright. Now, Mama has something to say. That glow in your eyes, you're from Soldier, right? Yeah, or at least I used to be. I don't know how to say this, but could you please leave here tonight without telling Ares? I think she's got more to say to us. Hold on. Told you, the last thing Ares needs is to get hurt again. Because her last boyfriend was in Soldier. He disappeared. Alright. She made up the guest bedroom. You need to go through Sector 6 to get to Sector 7. Sector 6 is a little dangerous, so you better get some rest tonight. Cloud. Good night. She's like, you better get some rest. I mean, I'm not going to bed, but you should. Oh, man. Seem pretty tired. No? I haven't slept in bed like this for a long time. Oh, yeah? Ever since then. So this is him and his mom at his hometown. My, how you've grown. I'll bet all the girls never leave you alone. Not really. I'm not going to keep doing that for her voice. I'm worried about you. There are a lot of temptations in the city. I'd feel a lot better if you just settled down with a nice girlfriend. I'm alright, Mom. You should have an older girlfriend. One that will take care of you. I think that would be best for you. I'm not interested. Alright. So now I gotta sneak out of here. But Ares is just waiting on me. And if I make too much noise, she'll run out and tell me I did it wrong. Oh, see, but all I was trying to do is, Cloud, I thought the Turks came back. Get some rest. So now it's gonna flip me back in the room. And the game might tell me how to walk. You gotta hold something to walk, and I don't know what to hold. Got caught this time. Okay, I don't know what to push, because I'm stupid. If I was smarter. Some of these dookies, I bet it's something I don't have on my No, it ain't that. I'll probably turn that on. Oh, here we go. So you gotta walk. Oh, but you also have to walk farther away from your door. So that's good. 2 viewers. I wonder who the 2 viewers are. 2 lurkers in the chat. Alright, so we're gonna not screw this up again. Not my fault. I don't remember how to walk. You run everywhere. So if you walk out here, you're good to go. I'm gonna walk a little bit more just because I'm pretty sure Mom's supposed to be over here. I don't know where she's at, but whatever. And I think I'm gonna call that a night because pretty much everyone that was in the chat is gone, other than a couple lurkers. And save point. It's a good point to say that. Call it a night. Thanks for showing up. We'll see you around. I plan on streaming the whole game. Anytime I need to level up, I'll do that outside because watching me run in circles to get randomized fights to level up is not anything anybody wants to watch. It's not something I want to do. But sometimes you just have to do that. So, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Oh. You're playing my stream and you weren't listening to it. All of the amazing commentary that I've had about this game and you didn't hear any of it. It's all good, Eliza. We'll see you around.